Bro, were you just putting on cologne?
No, so I got this. I actually got this last year for Christmas, like these little like baccarat things, whatever. And I was just trying
Uh-huh.
to see if there was anything in there. It looked like there was some in there. So I was like, oh, I had actually forgot what the shit smelled like. So I was like, oh, it smells fucking amazing. Yeah, kind of, not really.
Because there's no one else in the room with you, bro.
No, it's not. But the viewers want to,
Oh,
I want them to know that I smell, what I'm saying, like I look good. You know what I mean?
well, as long as we've gotten away from the shower every 3 days, BJ, that was a
Bro,
rough one, bro. I love
first
you,
of
but
all,
god
first of
damn.
all, first of all, you don't need to shower every day. That's how you
Bro,
motherfuckers get.
stop.
That's how y'all get sick.
No.
That's why you're sick right
Incorrect
now,
statement,
bro.
bro.
That's why you're sick right now. You took too many
No.
showers in your lifetime, and right now you're sick.
No.
Yep.
No, you know what? Thought about this. Because I have not been this sick since my kids went to daycare for the first time. That's how long it's been since I've been this sick.
Mm.
And for those of you who have children, you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about because I thought I was gonna fucking die, bro. And so we were in Montana. Beautiful, love it.
Beautiful.
But it's
Yep.
dry, cold, and then I love fireplace, and I was like, I love fireplace in the cabin, love it.
Back and forth.
Dries all the fucking moisture out of the air.
Yep.
Just sucks it all out. And so it just is a breeding ground for dude, and I live in New England, bro. So it's not like I live in a tropical fucking island, but yeah, I just knocked me on my ass for the last 10 days.
I actually, sidebar, I didn't realize how dry I was getting. And I actually got a nosebleed on the plane. Back. I just happened to.
I thought you were going to talk about. I thought you were going to say something about you went through half a bottle of lotion because I did, and I was like, God damn, bro.
Didn't go through that, but luckily your sleeves on the whole time. But I just luckily I just happened to have like napkins in my hand from like the snacks, whatever, and then I have to like get up and like do the whole thing. But I was like,
am I bleeding?
Bleed my own blood.
Yeah, bro. Things to think about. And I feel like I've already done this 18 times this year. But a couple funny stories about flying once again. One, I got to talk about Mo's son. Because on the last day when everyone was leaving, bro, he goes, Mr. Tyler, why are the seats on the plane so small? I can't even lay down. He's 8, by the way. I'm like, He goes, I got to get my own plane because this is just too much. It's too much. He's like, it's too much for me. He's 8, bro. And I'm like, what do you think about me, bro? He goes, I don't even know how you sit. I don't even know how you get in the plane. I was like, I feel you, bro. I feel you.
Bro, he's great, man. He was definitely.
He's a gentleman, bro. He's a gentleman.
A gentleman in the scholar, bro. Hey, he's great, man. He's very, very funny.
Yeah. Holding his own, bro. Holding his own.
I told him he was best dressed for the whole weekend.
Mo says that we have ruined him, as she knew we would. She doesn't like it when I show pic. She sent me a picture. He was in jeans, a dress shirt, cowboy boots, and a cowboy hat playing basketball.
There we go.
In Florida, bro.
There we go.
She goes, boy, take that dress shirt off. I was like, leave that man alone. He's going to grow out of it in a month anyway.
Yeah, he just made me laugh the whole weekend. He's
bro.
Me up. He's like, he comes over. He's like, my mom told me to tell you that we can get a whiskey before we leave. I was like,
yeah. Whiskey and a cigar. What's up, baby? What's up, baby? But Addict 1, Mo's son, tip of the cap, sir. Don't ever take that cowboy hat off. He actually was like, Ma, I need 2 more. I need a brown one and I need a gray one so I can match my outfits. I'm like, yeah. And you need to get belts to match too. And he should get some Stingray boots to match. See what I'm saying? Come on, bro. Keep that man fresh. But with that being said, I did fly first class because I am tired of coach and it just destroys my body. It didn't matter, bro. There's still ratchetry in first class. Right off the rip, bro. Right off the rip. Lady in front of me slams her seat all the way back into my lap to the point that I'm like, ping, ping, ping. Hey, you're literally in my lap. Can we just like an inch, bro? Just, so I can see the TV because it's actually now facing my chest. That's how far back you just slammed your seat back. Like, what are we doing, bro?
Man,
we talked about this once before. We need to get some sort of happy medium where, like, what?
Well, you ever see these?
I don't understand, bro.
It kind of blows my mind. You ever see these old pictures of how people used to travel like in the 80s?
Dude, yes.
And like what the plans used to look like.
Dressed up, couches. They had a full service bar.
Full service bar in there.
Like you go have cocktails.
In your room. I'm like, what happened to the planes?
Bro, they don't care anymore. And the thing is this, he's like, okay, it must be more economic. I don't know about your tickets. My tickets were fucking exorbitant.
Yeah, there's some, yeah.
It was expensive.
I paid some money. Yeah.
Yeah. And it still don't matter.
Don't matter.
It doesn't matter. Mm-mm. Bro, we need this. We need these shows. We need these podcasts to take off, bro. We need a Street Tales Network fucking private jet, bro.
Yeah, enough to ride off a fucking private jet.
God dang, bro. This shit is, I don't get it.
Crazy.
Anyway, enough about that. It's Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas, brother. Happy New Year. All the things.
All the things. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. All
Hanukkah,
the things.
Kwanzaa, whatever you got going on, all of that.
You know what? Let me do this. We didn't talk about it, but because I want your opinion. You don't have kids yet, even though you have like, I don't know, 70 nieces and nephews, bro, at this point. I don't even know how many you got. Because everyone that meets you just says Uncle BJ.
There we go.
So my kids were they were in elementary school. I don't know, 8, 9, something like that. And they were like, all my friends say Santa Claus isn't real. And my take, because this is the thing, I do believe in Santa Claus. Do I believe it's a fat white dude climbing down chimneys? No. But even in a Christian faith or a Catholic faith or whatever faith you got, actually, I wonder, I don't know much about all of them, but I know in Judaism, actually, I don't know about Islam, but they talk about spirits, right? They talk about good and evil.
Yeah.
So there is good and evil. There's spirits, right? They usually harp on the evil spirits, but I do believe in good spirits, positive spirits. And there is a feeling, and correct me if you think I'm crazy, around Christmas time, you feel happier typically. You just have the spirit of giving typically. And so the spirit of Saint Nick, I think is a very real thing. And that's how I phrased it. And I don't care, because I saw some stupid thing online about, white Santa Claus, black Santa Claus. I don't know what it is. I was like, I don't think it matters. It's a spirit of Santa Claus, right? So whatever form and imagery you need to get yourself in the mood of giving, charity, grace, and mercy, whatever that means to you. But that was the pitch that I gave my kids. And so to this day, they do believe in the spirit or the essence of Saint Nick.
Yeah.
As far as I know.
That's not a bad take on it. I mean,
I don't know if I'm wrong.
No, I mean, I think there is a, I guess probably the best way to put it, like the spirit of the holiday season.
Yeah.
I actually hate the holidays because
why?
And it's not, it's more of like, in the sense of like, yeah, everybody's got the holiday spirit, all extra nice and yada. And I'm like, why don't you just do that all the time?
I think you should.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, it's almost like it bothers me in the sense of like, so you can do that. You just don't do it the rest of the year. You know? Because that's just, I operate in the same way all the time, right? So like trying to be generous, nice people, helping, whatever. Like I just try to carry that all the time. So I see people kind of like it in the sense of it's borderline, almost to the sense of like it being disingenuous.
Well, let me ask you this: it could be, but you got to start somewhere, right?
Well, yeah.
So let's say you've been a fucking asshole, Scrooge. We'll just do that, just because it's the holidays. Fuck it, why not? But the hope, I guess, the plan, the promise is that maybe that act, that feeling will carry on through the year. I used to say all the time, it doesn't cost you anything to be nice. I'm starting to retract on that because I think it does.
Might not cost you money, but it costs you
it costs me energy and effort, and sometimes I don't want to be.
Yeah.
So I'm going to retract on that. It does cost you something, but I think it is easier. No. I think it's better for your soul if you try to be nice. But now listen, I'm nice until it's time to not be nice.
Exactly. Yeah.
I will give you my best effort. I'm trying to be nice.
Yeah. Yes. I agree. Yeah. Expounding on that. This is a thought I've had at this stage of my life, right? How you just put it. It does cost you something to be.
Yeah, it does.
And I've kind of gotten to the stage in my life where it's like, I don't think I have any more to give as far as like being extra, actually just being like genuinely nice to people and not and not getting it back. If that makes sense.
Depends on from who.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, obviously,
those close to me, I agree with you. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah. So, but also at this stage of the game, you need that reciprocity, bro. You gotta have it.
Does it have to equal, or what is equal in your mind?
It doesn't have to be. It's not tit for tat, right? So it's not like it's not just for just not necessarily keeping score, but like I would put the spirit of Christmas. You can't really quantify what that is, right? But you feel it. You know what I mean? So it's like for actually, you motherfucker. I just realized this. We were at the wedding, needed some cash. I just happened to have my wallet on me, cash. You're like, oh, bro, I can bring it back. I was like, bro, first of all, whatever the amount was, I don't give a fuck. But you're my guy, you're my brother. I don't give a fuck about that. You know what I'm saying? But even then, I noticed like a week later, I just happened to go on Venmo. Like, this motherfucker sent me the money. I told you not to do that. But like,
bro.
You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is like that, like that kind of shit. You know what I mean? So it's like I never even if you hadn't done that, I wouldn't have felt like you were taking advantage or like doing whatever, because there's reciprocity in our relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like when you're not getting like that back and forth, like you're not feeling the value back and forth. That's what I mean.
Yeah. No, that's true. So I've been doing this resolution. Well, it's not necessarily a New Year's resolution, but I'm going to try to continue it. But I'm trying to be a man of my word to the best of my ability. So if I say, hey, I got you, I'm doing my best to make sure I follow up on that. And sometimes I do get sidetracked. I will say my brother hit me up. He goes, so did you ever digitize those photos? And my brain went, I remember we talked about this 2 years ago.
Yeah.
What photos? And so now I'm like, fuck, bro, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I remember this conversation.
I remember we did talk about this. So now I'm like, shit, I gotta go figure that out.
You're like,
that's a holiday project.
I remember that briefly.
Damn, bro.
Yeah.
Yes. I do remember we talked about it. I've had a bunch of things happen between then and now, but so just stuff like that. And well, I'm also very excited. I've started working on the book number 2. It's not going to be Street Tales Volume 2. This was a promise I made to Sergeant Major Dave Devaney, and we talked about it. But now it's coming to fruition, bro. I think it's going to be a banger.
Good, I'm excited for it.
It's going to be a banger, bro.
Well, we're on the topic. New Year's goals.
Yeah.
What you got? New Year's goals. Perfect. Professionally. Professionally.
All right, we'll do professional first, just because it's heavy on my mind. Because I've got
obviously the book.
Work. Well, my day job wise, I've got so much shit going on. That's going to be a banger. First 6 months of the year, it's going to be a lot. And then I've got the book. That's probably not going to come out to the fall. I'm trying to set realistic goals because I got too much going on. Podcasts. I'm very excited. Actually, I was going to send this out, but we'll have a team meeting next week. Hopefully, sometime during the week before New Year's Eve or whatever, because I want to set the stage. I think we have a good handle on it now. Dude, the fundraiser. Vicky Speed. Her episode's coming out in 2 weeks, but and it's going to kind of set the tone. But working on setting up a fundraiser for Blue Cancer Connect out in LA, the Village Studios. Let's go, baby. I'd love to do that. Just going big, bro. Next year, I want to go for it professionally.
I like it.
We're going to push the chips in the table, bro. No more nickel and dime. I feel like we got a pretty good handle. We got a great team. So that's that. Personally, I've got a lot, bro. Baby girl is graduating high school, going to college. I got to go see my son in Japan. Yeah, bro. I got a lot going on. Relationally, I got a lot going on.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Brought something. I just thought I was going to ask you about the Japan thing. Very excited for that. That's going to be great.
Bro.
It's going to be great.
Yes.
It's going to be great. You think you're going to see your brother when you're out there?
I don't know how that works out. Depends on the layover. I don't know. That might be one of those last minute deals.
Yeah, you gotta go see River, bro.
Bro, he was fired up, bro. That's a big kid.
He's mad cute, bro.
Bro, let me ask you this, and we'll edit it if you're like, bro, you can't say that shit. because I think it was being taken as derogatory, and I didn't mean it that way. But I was like, he's like a Mongolian baby, bro. Like what I'm in my head, it's just like warrior status because he's a big fucking kid.
There he is,
bro. Genghis Khan took over the fucking known world when he was, So that's where my head went. But my brother is Appalachian white, phrase it that way, and his wife is Chinese.
Yeah.
And so River, I don't even know if I could say this. I might edit out his name, but anyway, dude, he's a big kid, bro. But he's calm. He's chill. Bro. He's checking shit out, bro. He doesn't have that. He doesn't have that glassy, like, I don't know what's happening look. Bro, he's locked in.
Bro, he was looking at me and didn't blink like once. He was just like locked in, like
he's checking it out. Yeah, he's like, yeah.
I was like, I guess I lost the fight with the baby because I looked away and I was like, is he okay?
Yeah. Yeah, he's checking you out, bro.
Yeah, I'm like, he's asking me if I'm good. Like, bro, are you good? Like, I owe you money or something? Like, what's going on? Man?
You might.
You want to fight?
You might, bro.
Like, okay, just, you're a lot smaller than me. I don't want to, I come with snacks, bro. But come on, right?
I will say my brother is 8 years younger than me.
The older brother?
So, big brother, little brother is how it's been forever. But I told him to his face. I texted him. I called him. I really want to drive the point home, but I'm just like, it made me happy, and I don't know, all the ways that I can make a brother happy, I guess, or just to see him in dad mode.
Yeah.
Because I was like, bro, you're doing the right thing. You give a shit about your family, which is like, you're doing what you're supposed to do. I get it, but it's just, it's a different thing to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Made me happy, bro. Proud brother, I guess. I don't know if that's a thing, but I am.
Who was dad? My son with what do you call that shit? The swaddle on him?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Waiting on Uncle BJ next, bro.
Well, not for lack of trying, you know what I mean?
Where we at, bro? Where we at, BJ?
Not for lack of trying.
Clock's ticking, bro. Clock's ticking.
Everybody thinks it's my fault. It's not my fault. I'm trying.
Take two to tango.
Exactly. I'm trying.
Hey, men control relationships, bro.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. No,
all right, what about you, bro? New Year's, what we got? 2026, bro. 2026 is going to be locked in. I think 2026 is locked in here.
It is locked in. I think, as you said, this is a year of going for it,
Yeah.
In a sense of, like I said, the things that I can control, right? So finishing up my diving shit. Got research this year. I think the way it's set up, I can have my underwater certification done by maybe like September-ish.
Yeah.
Just the way the classes are available. So that's a big one, another notch on the old belt, if you will. Obviously, still trying to get promoted, so that's another one. But you can do what you can do, right? So
much you can do, bro.
Yeah. So leaning into my training a lot more. Not that I don't take it seriously, but leading into it a little bit harder. Professionally, obviously, I mean, clearly you do this shit all the time. So with the pod, obviously, want to do more, be more involved, more episodes, not just on this, but on the street tail side.
Yeah.
And I do want to get into a little bit more of like my creative stuff. So just like my writing, like creative writing, that kind of stuff. Like I've been doing some prompts and shit like that. So kind of good to get back into that sense. Personally, think leaning into health a little bit more, health and overall health and wellness.
Okay.
Now that it's been a year since surgery, I feel pretty good. So doing some more of that. I've been researching, leaning into like this peptide stuff. So I actually just ordered some stuff to get the jab, and like they say you can't go backwards in time, but you can wind the clock up again. So
there you go. All right.
That's where I'm at with it. Definitely changing my body back a little bit more. I'm always going to be broad, you know what I mean? But like leaning down, make it a little bit more manageable for the long term.
You'll be all right with that? Because you always said you don't like losing strength, bro.
Yeah, I know, man. But at some point, you're like, I think I had that take when I felt like I had like strength feats to prove or something, whatever. But
Sure.
changes over time, and
yeah.
I really don't have anything to prove when it comes to that shit, anymore. It's like,
nah.
hit all the goals I wanted to hit and all the numbers I wanted to hit. And, I mean, well, I seen it. So I turned the, up to the notch, turned the whole garage into a gym. Probably a couple more things to invest in that part, maybe like a sauna or something like that. But
let's go, bro.
But yeah, that's going to be my main focus. Is going to be. I know it sounds terrible to say, but it's not. It's to be more selfish, right, and to be more central focused on the things I want to do and not putting them off. Like I think it's easy to be like, oh well, I got this going on, this going on, this going on, and like not that there's a conscious excuse, right, but those are excuses. And like you need to take care of the things that you want to take care of, right? So not letting that kind of fall by the wayside. Myself is going to be a main priority. Definitely going forward this year. So what I want to do, things that I like, things I want to accomplish is definitely going to be top of the old list there for sure. I mean, obviously, brother, really the main goal personally is just to just do shit and be around people that makes me happy.
That's a good one, bro. That's a hard one too. Sometimes you cut stuff off.
Yeah, but I mean,
hard.
I'm learning to do that more. What's the term? Let go or be dragged. Right. Sometimes you do more harm by holding on to shit than you would by just letting it go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I found that's more true, I think, when it comes to like obviously relationships and like people, but it's also got to be other like things too. Like habits or situations you put yourself in. Decisions that you're making. You know what I mean? Because like for example, you say, hey, do you want to just lift 8,000 pounds all the time or whatever? It's like, okay, you could be doing, that may be holding you back from the goals that you actually want to achieve. And that's kind of where I'm at with it. I guess that's the better way of explaining it is I realize that we have to let that go to actually get forward. Oh, perfect thing. I heard this wonderful quote, right? You know me, I love a fucking quote, right? But I heard this one, and actually I should have called you when it resonated with me. But it quote goes, I found my rhythm once I learned that taking a step backwards is also a part of the dance. I was like,
that's good, bro.
Yeah, I was like, I like that. Sometimes you be deterred, like, taking a step back or falling off or do whatever. It's like, that's part of it. Even in, the dance of life, like sometimes you gotta, even, doing boxing, sometimes you step back to, shoot forward again, like a bow and arrow. Sometimes that's how arrows work. You draw them backwards and then shoot forward again, right?
Yeah.
So, in the sense of that, I think that's where I think it's the best way to describe 20 going forward into this year with that type of energy and mindset of like being drawn back and like we're springing forward, in the coming time. So,
I like it, bro. Anything to wrap up for end of the year?
Anything to wrap up? I think just rest. To be honest, man, just like rest and like to enter into it with a clear mind, a clear mind and clear vision going forward, right?
All right.
Have shit mapped out, have it planned out. I'll probably do this in the next couple of days or so, but like sit down and actually like write a lot of these things out. Goals, plans, it's one thing to just have like I don't say like a dream or like a goal or whatever, but like, okay, yeah, great, awesome. What is the plan? Like, how are we going to achieve what we want? Like, how are we going to go about it? Right? It's just, I think obviously it's just as important as having the goal in the first place. So I'll be sitting down in the next couple of days, really just like probably more extensively than I have in the past. I always write my shit down at the end of the year, but like in a place where like I can write it down and like revisit it ever so often. Like, hey, we'll revisit this every month. Like really, really break it down. Like, like, hey, what's my goal for the week? What's my goal for the month? What's the goal for the first quarter? What's the goal for half the year? Like that kind of thing. So you can actually have a manageable, quantifiable way to look at where you are, kind of manage and see where you're at with everything.
You are probably the first person I ever knew. This is back in the day when I'd go to your house or whatever. You'd have just scraps of notebook paper taped up on the wall, mirror, wherever it was. I can't remember. It's changed depending on where you live. but just like a scrap of notebook paper, you know,
Yep.
and it would have goals, and you would have things for the year, things for the month, things for the week, and you would change them out. And I was like, bro, what do you do that for? You're like, because I have to look at it. You have to see it every day.
I gotta see it every day. And it's about so much shit. There's so much noise, and I've really just taken like even on social media. You don't even know this, but I'm just kind of just like taking a break. Like, you know, sometimes it's like there's a lot of noise, and that writing it down and looking at it helps me like center it back to where like too much noise going on. I need to look. Okay, boom. This helps me stay on point, stay focused, stay centered in where I need to be, because the noise can be loud and bro, there's so much shit going on. Everything is just so distracting. And it's like, while the things that are loud can be important, this is what I mean by being selfish, can be important. It's not conducive to where I'm trying to go or where I need to go. So I have to cut those things off. I have to like for example, Epstein shit, right? There's a lot of noise. It's very loud, right? It's like, but that has no bearing on my day-to-day life and the goals I'm trying to accomplish or the things I'm trying to do or what's interesting to talk about. It has no bearing. It's just noise. It's in the way of what I need to be focusing on. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna let that hang the way it is because I want to expound on it, but I agree with you. I can't. 15 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much shit on social media, news, TV, wherever the fuck you get your stuff. To me, it's petty and a lot of it's gross.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to do better. Sometimes it'll affect my mood.
Mm-hmm.
That's how much I start thinking about something. And it's like, how is this affecting me right now? Like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I still have to get up, go to work. I need to work out. I need to take care of my family.
Mm-hmm.
I need to take care of my business. You see what I'm saying? Like, what am I doing? Why am I injecting that shit into my brain?
Exactly. And I found I've done this before, and more so when I'm working, because it's, you know, sometimes you get that lull and whatever, right?
Yeah.
But you're like, I may be not necessarily doom scrolling, but like, you know, you're watching the video, you're watching the thing or whatever, and like you looked up and 20, 30 minutes has gone by, and you're like, you're kind of just like, damn, you realize you were just stuck there for however long. You're like, what?
Yeah.
The fuck am I doing? Like, bro, get up. And that's like, so in the terms of personal goals, what I've learned is the hardest part of anything and of any movement, especially when it comes to like working out, whatever. But this translates into life is getting started. The hardest part of anything, the most force you're gonna need to do any motion is starting from no moment. Is getting started. Just start. And I literally sometimes have to tell myself, just like when it's in your brain, it's on my brain, just move. Just get started. Start moving. Like, don't let those thoughts or intentions or whatever kind of like come and go, because otherwise you end up being fucking stuck. And like, not that you wasted time, but like this, you could have been using your time more wisely and more beneficial in moving in a direction that you actually wanted to go in, other than just you're prolonging where you want to go by just being stuck and not doing anything. Right. So it's like, even if you're wrong, right? I'm gonna look in terms of right or wrong, but like you said, like we talked about it, like, for example, we talked about the time, like beginning of the pod, right? It was just you just talking into a microphone and like, but I hated it. But had you not taken just that step, you wouldn't, you know, at this point, what we're doing right now could, one, not happen, or two, been pushed out another 2 months, another 3 months, another 6 months, right? So it's like just starting. I literally sometimes have to tell myself, like, how long feel like doing this? Get up. Like, get up. Move.
Yeah.
Move. Okay. And then once you start, you know what I mean? Like I said, that's the hardest part. You know, what's that moment? We all know. It's like, once you hit that sled for the first time, that's the hardest part going to be. Like, hit that sled, and once it gets moving, now we're moving. You know what I mean? It's a lot easier to sustain movement than it is to start movement, right? So,
I think that ties into men suffering in silence. But let me preface it with a couple things. Two things, because it's stuff that I'm actually working on as well. One is allowing people to appreciate you. That's very uncomfortable for me. You know, I'm not used to it. I don't know if I'm not used to it or I've never received it well, shall we say?
Okay.
it's okay. You know, I had a coworker say, "Hey, I would like to take you out to lunch. Just appreciate you, man." And I was just like, I immediately,
Yeah.
but dude, it was just a nice gesture, and I'm glad I did it. It goes beyond that. There's more things than that. You know, just hearing people say nice things about you is something I'm not good at, and so I'm trying to be better at receiving it and appreciating it. But I think that ties into the second part, allowing yourself to be happy. It's almost like even when things are going really, really well, because they are for me, they are. Things are going well for me personally. Finally, and we know each other a long time, bro. I've had some ups and downs, and I had some downs I didn't even know I was going through. But it's almost like I don't. It's like, do I deserve to be happy? And I don't even know if that's a good phrasing. The phrasing of it, deserving. I don't know if anyone deserves to be anything, but allowing yourself to be happy. It's still hard, bro. It's like good things are happening, and I'm waiting for the negative. I'm waiting. It's like it's almost like I can't even enjoy the good things that are happening because I'm waiting for the bad thing the other shoe to drop. I'm still struggling with that, bro. Still to this day, right now as I talk to you, 42 years old, I'm still like, am I? Oh, you know what? I like this. Am I allowed to be happy? I think that's a better way to phrase it than deserve. Am I allowed? Am I allowed?
Well, the answer is yes. And and of all the things I've ever said to me over time, and this is it's a harder one it's not a hard thing to wrap my brain around. It's a hard thing to wrap my feelings around, right? That guilt is a self-imposed emotion.
Oh, bro.
Right? So it's like, this is how they say, like, similarly, like the anticipation is sometimes is the best and worst part.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, I look at it in terms of that, of like, yes, you do, if in the sense of the conversation, deserve to be happy, right? That's like, but the negative things, so you're only torturing yourself.
Yeah.
By not doing it. Like no one's, and I'm learning this too, it's like no one's looking at you. And if they are, like, okay, like, who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck what you think? Like who the fuck are you?
Well, we talked about this a few days ago, briefly, and we can expound on it here or not. But it's like people close to me that know me, and for people who haven't heard this show or have been listening to the show, there is no claim to perfection on this side of the mic. I have done plenty of fucked up things, sometimes intentionally, sometimes unintentionally. I always say I hate being an unintentional asshole. I could be an asshole by myself, but sometimes it happens. And it's like in the midst of doing something positive or good for myself, it's like I have a few people that just like to remind me of the fuckery that I did in my past. And I'm like, why you got to do that, man? I know that.
Yeah.
I was there. I did it.
Yeah. I'm well aware. Trust me.
I'm well aware, bro. And there is absolutely nothing I can do about it to the extent that, I can't go back in time and change. I wish I could, but I can't. Right. And it's like, why you got to bring me down, bro? Why you got to bring me down in this moment?
That concept of, I don't understand it. Right.
Yeah.
But I think people who do that haven't taken a look at themselves, right? In the sense of they're looking at everybody else except for themselves. And I think if they would admit it, that deep down, they know they're not going to like what they see, right? In the sense of like, what's the book? Dorian Gray, right?
I love that one, yeah.
How you can never
look at himself.
Can't look
at the picture.
Can't look at the picture, right? Because the picture has taken on all the negative things he's done over his lifetime. And the people know, like, I think there's a lot of people with that type of issue going on, right? It's like they know that if they look at that picture, they know they're going to see some negative shit and they're not going to like it, right? So how can I project the negative things that I'm feeling? It's like, and I venture to say that a lot of people don't like themselves. They just don't. They don't. They don't like themselves. They're upset. They're upset with. They don't want you to like yourself because they don't like themselves, right? Right, and how the term like misery likes company type of shit. It's like, like, I can't believe this motherfucker's done fucked up shit because they know they've done fucked up shit, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, how are you happy?
Why
do you get to win? How come you get to? Well, I say, bitch, because first of all, because I'm better than you, because I'm me. First of all, right? But also at the same time, it's like I know I've worked on my own shit. Like I worked on my own shit, right?
Yeah.
And I say this. Nobody has a heaven or hell to put you in. So, why would I be concerned with the, what's the term? What lions aren't concerned with their pains of sheep?
Yeah.
At all. Like Rick and Morty. He's like, your booze mean nothing to me. I see what you people clap for.
Bro. They do drop. They do drop
some there are some bangers on that show, bro.
They drop some bangers, bro.
Yeah. So it's like I would implore you to change your framing around those feelings when those come up.
Yeah.
Because I think it's like I said, I think a lot of the negativity of the downtroddenness you feel about that, I think it's self-imposed. And it would be different if if Ina was like, if Ina said something versus like some random motherfucker, like, bitch, you don't know what the fuck, you don't know what the fuck
Randall. Yeah, randos don't bother me. It's not the randos, bro.
But even then, right?
Yeah.
But even then, nobody, who said this? I want to say it's Michael Beasley said this. And I love Michael Beasley in his quotes. The way he thinks about shit, right? It's very similar to how I think about shit. He's like, at the beginning of every day, it was just me and God. He's like, so I like me. I like myself that much because of all the shit that I've been through. It was me and God, and that was it. It's like, for as many people that it's nice to have support and people close to you, cheering for whatever. It's like, but even when I was training clients, I would tell them, like, oh, you helped me. I said, I didn't do shit for you. I was like, you did all that work. I didn't lift out one rep for you. I didn't do not one thing for you. It's like everything that you got, you did on your own. I'm just here to cheer you on. I'm really just here to cheer you on when you feel like you can or you're losing focus or losing motivation. That's all I'm here to do. That's it.
Yeah.
I was like, so you have to. So you get all for all the negative shit. You get to keep all the glory as well. So all the good things, you get to keep those as well because it's you.
Yeah. Yeah. Nah. Yeah, I hear you on that. And dude, I was just watched Avatar last night, and it ties in.
Mm-hmm.
3.5 hours long. It's too long. Let me just start there. It's too long. But and if I'm spoiling it for somebody, don't worry about it. You'll be fine. It's still a good movie. But the son and the dad, they lost their brother in the second movie.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the dad lost his son. The kid lost his brother.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the guilt. They both have guilt. And you see the struggle. And bro, I got a little teary-eyed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but you see the dad, he's trying to process. He can't. He's trying not to blame his son because that's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
The son is blaming himself. And so there's this whole back and forth, bro, to the point, bro, this is wild, man, in a movie.
Mm-hmm.
The kid holds a gun to his own head. He's going to kill himself because he's feeling that depressed. Mm-hmm. And his sister and his girl will say, are like, stay in this life with us. We love you.
Mm-hmm.
You are destined for greatness. Don't let that moment ruin who you are, the man you're to become, something like that. Bro, I'm in the movie theater like, get misty, bro. I was like, bro, how much more indicative could that be for men and women that you and I both know, things that we both seen, gone through, and I'm just like, yeah, stay here in this life. Don't let a mistake or that feeling that you have, that your own internal thoughts and demons, because nobody feels that about you but you. It was rough, bro. It got me a little bit. It got me in my field, bro.
That's yeah.
Well, I can't believe they showed that shit on fucking the big screen.
Yeah, you have to. Why'd you not? It's the integral part of the story.
Wow.
But I think man, I think as we've all, both of us have gone through shit, right? So it's, I think that the idea of not letting one moment ruin everything is powerful. And I think what we're talking about just a minute ago, I think that's what people try to do, right? It's like for all the mistakes that I've made, all the things that I wish I could have done differently or whatever. It's like people like to bring that shit up as opposed to all the good things you've done, right? In the sense of like, there's people, bro, and think about this shit. I just sit down on the porch and have a smoke and get into fucking in the thoughts, right? And I'm like, think about this. There's a group chat or a conversation happening right now about you, right?
Oh yeah,
about you, and there's people in this chat or in this conversation that are talking about negative things, right? So there's two sides to it, right? There's people who are talking about negative shit about you that one don't know anything about you. They only know one side. They only know what they've heard. Have zero experience of you at all as a person. Right?
Yeah.
None whatsoever. And there's also the other part of that. The other person who's saying the negative things that aren't telling the other good shit.
Yeah.
They're not telling us. Like, so you made, okay, so I did one and I made a mistake. Okay, whatever. Like, but you're not going to tell the other 3,000 good things that I've done? You're going to leave that part out of it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So,
bro, my grandma used to tell me, because you know when your ear rings for some reason, you get that ringing in your ear. Bro, this is that old southern logic, bro. She was like, "Oh, that means somebody's talking about you."
I believe that.
And she goes, "It could be good, could be bad. It just means someone's talking about you." And I'm like, "Why my ears ringing all the goddamn time?"
Yeah, man. It's
But dude, I'm 42 now. She told me that when I was like, I don't know, 6. I don't know, little.
Yeah.
I still think that's what my ear will ring. I'm like, damn, who's talking shit?
Bro. Per example, I called you, right? I was working the other day. I was like, bro, I feel it. I feel something. I'm running into somebody I'm at a stage where I'm trying to distance myself from certain things that are not conducive for the life I want to live or I want my life to go. I try to create space, to create distance. And I'll be blocking and muting the fuck out of people on social media. I mean, muting the fuck out of that shit. It's like, cause it's not conducive, right? But like in the essence of like, I was like, not like a bad feeling, like, oh, something bad about that. But I'm like, I'm going to be confronted with something that I've been trying to like
avoid,
right? And I'm like, and that shit happened. I was like, fucking, it was probably what? Not even 20 minutes later. I was like, I fucking told you.
You, bro.
I fucking told you. I fucking knew it. And in the same sense of like, you know, people talking, it's like, I know you motherfuckers be talking about it. It's like, I know it. I know it. It's like, I just know. I know. Cause I have the feeling, and I'm like, I know it. And it's like, I also know, it's like, man, I know you got negative shit to say. It was like, you're not, if you're going to tell it, tell all of it. Tell the whole thing. Tell the whole rounded, whatever. Say, this is my whole entire experience with this person. And I'm learning at the same time is to not make it a two-way street and not hold people to where I met them at, right? And even in explaining it, you know, be like, oh, what do you think about so-and-so? And obviously because words are important and they matter, right? I've learned to say, my experience with so-and-so person, right, is based off of my interactions. I know this is not to speak on I'm not making a finite description of who they are, because I know that I wouldn't want that same level of, to be held to that same standard, right? To be like, oh, I had one bad experience with you, you're an asshole forever, right? Like, you know what I mean? Now, that's not the same thing as like, hey, you crossed me, and I'm gonna get you. Like, if I had the chance to get you back, probably gonna take that shot, right? But that's just our principle. It has nothing to speak to like whether you're good or bad or not. It just be like, it's like, hey man, you did, you know, X, Y, and Z to me. No, I can't. No, I can't fuck with you after that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna say that you're a bad person per se. It's just like, this is just my experience with this person in this lifetime, and I'd rather not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, for sure.
But for sure. But the suffering and silence thing, I think as men, I think we do. And then I'd like to think that this is not true. But I think and I would venture to say, I would step out on the bridge and say that most men feel this way. Is that our feelings don't necessarily matter. Not that they don't matter, right? But nobody cares enough to do anything about it, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know whether that's a good or bad. I know we talked about it in the little miniseries of like, you know, in the sense of like nobody cares. You still gotta handle your business and do what you gotta do because you do, right?
Yeah.
I was like, but there's really not time for. I know this just sounds bad to say out loud, but there's really no time for like emotional weakness per se, because it doesn't sometimes move you forward to where you need to be in the goals, in the things that you need to take care of, right? Not saying that you can't be emotional or do whatever. I think that's why a lot of men do suffer in silence, is because of that. Like that we understand that I don't have time or the luxury to be upset or to be sad or talk about it or, you know, be depressed or do that. I still got things I have to take. I got to take care of this. I don't have,
don't matter.
Not that it doesn't matter. I don't have the time and the luxury to sit here and be downtrodden or whatever. Like, so it's like when I do see other men or just people who are like, kind of like when it's visible, I'm like, oh, this is not like, this ain't good. Like, this is bad. Like this is manifesting itself like visibly. We're not in a good spot. It's like, because I know we've gone through some steps for this thing to be like manifesting, so that to the point where other people are noticing. So we're a little bit further along than we think we are.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
no, for sure. Well, I want to respect our time. It is Christmas Eve. We'll end on more of a lighter note.
Yeah,
I don't know how you want to tie the two in, but we got the new Dave Chappelle show or stand up. Sorry, stand up. Yeah, because there is the Chappelle show, which banger. And then you can end it with the body count, but the body count quote, I should say. But we were talking about how Dave is a hell of a storyteller, and the way and actually he talks about a lot of this stuff too, but he does it in a way it's comedic.
Yeah, I think there's a great thing with comedy, right? There's what people say. There's a lot of truth in jokes, right? So you got to be careful. Yeah. So you got to be careful when motherfuckers telling jokes about you, right? When you're the butt of a joke, because there's some truth in some jokes, right? I was like, but I think it's, and I've noticed this too with him and a lot of other comedians like him, Cat Williams, Chris Rock. Like, as they go through their careers, as they get older and gain some more experience or whatever, I guess stylistically their comedy changes a little bit. Where it's not like how I told you a funny punchline about like, I don't know, about like, like an old Chappelle joke, like, oh, sprinkle some crack on him, whatever, like that kind of shit. But it's about, oh, smoking weed, but now it's a lot more. It's not even necessarily political, right? It's a lot more storytelling and a lot more making things that probably are not funny sound funny and make you laugh about them, right? To the point where like it's easier to digest what's being said, and that's what I love about this one in particular that he's done. It's very like he weaves a lot of shit into there, right? And I guess in comedy they say the closing it, right? It's called the closing, whatever. Bro, the closing for this one was 45 minutes.
Damn.
Of him talking, and just like weaving different shit in. And just like sitting there like, and I was like just mesmerized. I'm like, bro, this is an amazing spectacle of just like storytelling, weaving shit in. And obviously he's a goat. He's great at it. But like you're just left watching like, this is masterful talent of like, of words, of language, timing. I'm like, man, I wish I could tell fucking this. So when I told him, I was like, man, I wish I was a better storyteller. That's what I'm talking about. Like, how he's like, telling the story and like the shit he said fucking 10 minutes, like you forgot he said that 10 minutes ago. They're like, oh shit, you did say that 10 minutes ago. Oh, fuck. Right? And I'm like, yeah, that's what I mean. But if you haven't seen it, but it is very, very funny. A lot of historical shit in there. A lot of irony in there. Very, very, very fucking funny. Very funny.
Perfect. Well, to your point, see if you remember this. 2011, talking about when you're the butt of the joke, there's truth to it. 2011, we were in a police academy together, and we were all messing with each other and making fun of things that we all say or do or whatever. And one of our classmates was like, that's fantastic. And everybody looked at me and died laughing. And I was like, I don't get it. They're like, bro, you say that all the time. I was like, me? I do? Bro, it hit me. It has fucked me up ever since.
Still?
Well, no. Because I didn't even realize I was saying it. It's like a subconscious filler, or I don't know. I guess I still do it. I don't know if I use that, say that's fantastic anymore or that often. But I was like, that was the first time in my life I was like, I'm saying things I don't even know I'm saying. Do you remember that, bro? It rocked me to my fucking core, bro.
I do remember that because we were doing.
I had to reevaluate my whole life, bro.
Because we were doing that shit to everybody in the class. I do remember that very distinctly.
Yeah, I mean, everybody was getting it, but for me, it was like, I say that, and I think I was even talking to one of our classmates who we both know, love her to death, And I go, and she was sitting next to me, and I was like, do I say that? She goes, you say that all the fucking time. And I was like, damn it. Now, fast forward to 2025, because Riverside did like a recap of all the videos and all the stuff. The number one word that was expressed on not just 56'N, but Street Tales. Anyway, it was said like 1,000 times. I was like, not just by me, but I was like, God damn, bro. Oh, shit, bro.
It pushes the conversation forward.
Anyway. Bro, amazing. Let's end it with your body count quote, bro.
So
set it up.
So as we talked about before, if I can just doom scrolling, looking at funny TikTok video, whatever, right? And the guy was talking about, obviously we're talking about differences between men and women or whatever. Obviously the body count shit comes up all the time.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah. He's like, I'm talking to this girl and trying to tell me why body count matters for both or why it doesn't matter or whatever, giving her respect about it. And he's like, I don't know what made me think of this. I think it was because I was watching Kobe highlights, earlier in the day or whatever. But he says, ma'am, I just want to let you know, there's a big difference between scoring 40 and giving up 40. And I was like, damn, that might be the best way. That might be one of the best ways I've ever heard that put. But yeah, like he's like, yeah, if you know ball, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, when you're putting up 40, everybody's trying to stop you. He's like, and you're scoring, so you're dropping buckets, nobody can stop you, right? He's like, that's a skill and effort and or whatever. He's like, ma'am, he's like, ladies are defenders, right? So if you're giving up 40, you're not a good defender. And I was like, damn, man.
Got him, bro.
Got him. I was like, shit.
Got him.
It's like, damn. That was a good one. We'll end on that, bro. I just thought that shit was fucking, I thought that shit was
good. We'll end on that one. That is good, bro. That's better than the touching the cup and putting your hands in the cup.
I don't know about that. That's still up there, but the scoring.
You think the cup is better than giving up and scoring?
I think here's what you're talking about. I think if you're just looking at it as a whole, right, without context, as a whole, the whole body count on both sides of it.
Yeah.
Scoring 40, giving up 40, I think is a good, easy way to illustrate that point.
Yeah. Well said, brother. All right, bro. That's it. That's it for 2025, baby.
There we go. See you soon.
All right, bro.